the Lakani Group Global, crafting the future of hospitality in venture capital.
Good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's TLG Global webinar. I am Tarandeep Kaur. You can call me Tara Kohli, your host and moderator for this insightful session. Whether you are turning in as an investor, as a partner, or a potential collaborator, or simply someone curious about the evolving landscape of global immigration and investment, we are glad you are here. Today, we will be focusing on to the work we do at TLG Global, how we handle the investor immigrations, and also the B2B partnerships can unlock a real value in the investment immigration space. So with the spotlight on the Latvia Residency by Investment Program, we are thrilled to be joined by three speakers who each represent a unique pillar of the collaborations, from internal leaderships to on-ground executions, and also the license representation. You will be hearing real perspectives from across the spectrum. So let me introduce all three speakers today. Today we have Banda Mukta from TLG Global. We have Misam Hussain from TLG Global. And we have our esteemed partner guest, which is Shreerang Pardeshi. We can call him Shri. They are from the Streets and Square. Welcome to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We'll start with the introduction. To begin with, I'll start with the Banda Mukta. I am pleased to announce Banda Mukta Bandi, part of our business development team at TLG Global. She plays an important role in shaping our partnership strategies and communications across international market as investor relation officer. With her background in consulting, investor relations, partnership executions, she brings a unique perspective to how TLG Global approach collaborations, not just as a transaction, but as a relationship rooted in transparency, enablement, and shared growth. Please, over to you, then, Mukta.
Thank you so much, Tara, for that lovely introduction. And I would also like to thank all of you for joining us today, especially Shri. Thank you for joining us all the way from India, Mumbai. We welcome you for today's webinar. So I'm sure most of our viewers today are already aware of what TLG Global does, our scope of work. But I would still like to, just briefly introduce our company to people who have joined us for the first time today and who would be watching us even after this webinar, So TLG Global is more than a 40-year-old company. We started in 1983 in India, basically as a real estate developer. Then we moved to Canada, and from since 2018, we are based out of Lisbon, Portugal, where we have our headquarters. To describe our scope of work, we are basically real estate developers, asset managers. We are also into hospitalities, and since we had a lot of assets, that in our portfolio, we thought of diversifying our profile to immigration as well, and that's how we ventured into the golden visa for Portugal back in 2021. And as an investor relations officer, I'm very proud to say that we have 300 plus investors who have invested with us in the Portuguese golden visa back then, and more investors are obviously investing with us today, because for Portugal, we have the investment fund option, and for now the newly launched Latvia, we have the Latvia Residency by Investment Program as well. So as said, that being said, as I already mentioned, that more than 300 investors, we have 27 plus projects all across Portugal. So most of our projects are hotels. Very soon we will be opening them. And again, we are very proud to say that we have a collaboration with the Wyndham Group, which is one of the biggest, largest group when it comes to hospitalities. So most of our hotels will be branded by the Wyndham Group. And apart from that, we have 130 million euros, plus asset portfolio, so asset under management. We have our own investment fund in Portugal, and we are also certified asset managers where we can manage the funds, the other funds as well. So we have presence globally. We have our offices in Lisbon, which is our headquarters. We have our offices in India, Dubai, China, where we have a very strong procurement arm and our very big team there. In Latvia recently launched, and many more to go. So this is a brief about TLG Global. Over to you, Tara. Thank you so much for that question.
Thank you so much, Pandamukta. We have a clear picture of TLG Global, and I know a lot of them already know, but the new joinees who attended today, they also know now what TLG Global do and what sectors we are involved in. Next will be, I'm honored to introduce our guest speaker today, Mr. Shreerang Pardeshi, from founder and director at Streets and Scare, with over 15 years of real estate experience across India and international markets. Shreerang leads a licensed and rapidly growing migration consultancy based in Mumbai. His company is now one of our trusted B2B partners for the Latvia Residency by Investment Program. Today, he will be sharing how they approach the business of investment immigration and how this partnership with TLG is adding value to their client base. Over to you, Shri.
So I would rather start by saying that thank you for giving me this opportunity to come on board with you guys and to serve in this webinar here to give more insights on the program. I would like to begin by saying on my personal experience and the information, because I have been a part of European programs for a long time now. I personally find Latvian program as one of the most simplest and the fastest process in the entire European program, while it is also very, very cheap compared to most of other programs in the European Union. If we look at this as an overall aspects, it checks all the boxes that are required for any program, or when a client or anybody else who's looking for an option as a migration to Europe. These are the three boxes that you check, as the simplicity, the process should not be much tiring, the documentation should not be much tiring. You have a fantastic team back with you guys who handles the documentation very swiftly, while the program itself is so convenient and like I said initially, it is very fast. Like, we can expect a client to get his TRC done in less than a month's time, and I am not aware of any other program that can do that in the European Union for sure.
Would you like to elaborate about your company, how your company deals with it, and which countries you do the real estate and the immigrations also?
Yes, certainly. My company, Streets and Squares, has been into the business of immigration for over 10 years now, and we are primarily focused on Europe, Caribbean programs, as well as EB5 for the US migration. While we take care of all the programs in Europe that are available for the clients, starting from Greece, Cyprus, Portugal, as well as Latvia with you guys now. And yes, we do all the passport programs in Caribbean. And EB5, as everybody knows, is one of the most chosen parts from the Indian community for EB5 migration. So yes, we deal with all of those programs. We are also a very strong B2B network across Asia and Africa. We have about more than 125 plus active B2B agents who are supporting us and working with us. And that's how we've grown this business over a period of time.
Great. It is our pleasure to have a partnership with your company who has very experienced in this field from and the similar values, like you also deal with the real estate and also the immigration. We are also a real estate developer and asset management company.
Right.
So it is our very pleasure to have you on this webinar also. Let's move to the next introduction. And finally, we have Misam Hussain, who many of you already know from our Indian operations. Misam has been at the front foot of the driving TLC Global's program for South Asian clients, with special focus on the Latvia RBI residency by investments. So, from engaging with partners to advising clients directly, he bridges strategies and execution in one of our most dynamic markets. He'll be giving us a quick update on how the Latvia program fits into the Indian context, and also what is the Latvia program, how TLC has adapted our offering for the regions. To you,
Yeah.
Mason.
Thank you so much, Tara, for that introduction. Frontliner, that sounds more like a warrior. Yeah, we are the frontliners. So thank you so much for that. And I welcome Shri for this webinar. Thank you so much for attending this program. And coming to the question about Latvia. So yes, talking about our history, TLG Global, like Bandy has already mentioned, we have been doing Portugal program for quite a while, and then we wanted to expand more, and that's when we thought, why don't we choose a program or get into the program which is offering, like Shri was mentioning, which is taking lesser time, because other programs where the processing time is something which is a challenge for most of us. And but here Latvia, we have collaborated with the government, Latvian government, and we have set up the program where, of course, there was a lot of support from the government, and we have designed the program which is cost effective, which we have just mentioned, and at the same time with very less processing time, as compared to other programs. This is something which is creating the benchmark, when you talk about or mention any other program in Europe as of now. And Latvia, to begin with, the ticket size, which I will mention further also, it's start from just 100,000 euros, and you compare it with any other program, and I mean that, compare it with any other program, this is actually the most affordable or the most cheapest program in the market right now. And the processing time, it's not more than, generally it is happening in looking at our past experience, it doesn't go beyond 3 weeks, but just to be on safer side, we say not more than 2 months. But the kind of support we have got from the government, Latvian government, it is not crossing more than three weeks. And this is the best part about the Latvia program. And talking about the history of the program, Latvia, I can say that this is one of the oldest program which has come to my memory, at least, because this program has started back in 2010, when the world was into the crisis of recession, and that's when Latvia has come up with this program in 2010, and that was focusing on the real estate only, and the price at that time for real estate was 100,000. Okay, and that's when the country has generated a lot of revenue. It went on till 2013, if I'm not wrong, and that's when they gave a break to it. They have got enough revenue from the real estate, and I wanted to just give a knowledge on the history of the program. And then again, they have started from a couple of years, and now this is something which is talk of the town, that Latvia is something which is it's no more in real estate. The price for real estate has gone up. So you can just have a comparison that back in 2010 or 11, you were getting a real estate property for 100,000, which is no more right now. For real estate, it's 250,000 euros. But we have another option for 100,000, that is investment in a business, which I can talk about the detail of the program in maybe in later stage. But yes, talking about and sticking to the question which Tara has asked, like about Latvia program. So yes, it is something which is quite interesting program, quite affordable program, and taking very less time. I hope that I answered the question.
Yes, you have answered very nicely. And yes, you are on the front line. So we are warriors actually to convincing all of us, because when we talk about the residencies and the investments, it is very sure and very secure to convince someone how they can build their global mobility and their investment safe, and they can plan their future as well. So thank you to all three speakers of all of you for such rich insights. I think we are also seeing how we are aligned our intentions from our internal team and also our partner. We can lead focus on the next questions. I will be asking from one by one according to your expertise. Let's start with the Bandamukta again. Uh, it's a broader lens from TLG point of view. How would you define our overall philosophy when it comes to helping individual clients, and what kind of clients do you think benefit the most from the integrated investment plus mobility approach we offer?
Thank you so much, Tara. I think it's a very good question, and thanks Misam and Shri for giving us those insights earlier. When I was talking about TLG, the most important point that I forgot to mention was the founder members. So since we are talking a lot about Indian clients and clients from South Asian countries, basically, I'm very proud to say that the founder members of our company are basically from India. Mr. Ramzan Lakhani and his wife Yasmin Lakhani, and the legacy is now followed on by our CEO and president, who happens to be their son Rahim Lakhani, and other family members. Why I'm talking this is, why I'm saying or elaborating this is because our core philosophy, it revolves around providing tailored end-to-end solutions that empowers our clients to unlock global opportunities. So coming from India, understanding the mindset and the necessities and the requirements of our clients, not only from India, but from any other country, be it Pakistan, be it Bangladesh, be it from the Middle East. We have a lot of clients from all around the globe. We understand them. We believe that every client has a unique story, and our role is to understand that story really deeply, whether it's about personal security, whether it's about wealth diversification, global mobility, or legacy planning. And we offer bespoke strategies that combine investment with residency or citizenship pathways. So we don't approach this as just like a transactional service. Instead, we focus on building long-term relationships grounded in trust, transparency, and strategic thinking. Our integrated investment plus mobility model is built to serve individuals and families who are not only looking for a second passport or residency option, but also want to align their global mobility goals with smart, future-focused investments. So according to me, the clients who benefit most from our approach are typically, entrepreneurs, or basically, people who are globally minded families, people who are seeking flexibility, security, and access across borders. So they often face complex cross-border challenges, are looking for a one-stop solution that brings legal expertise, investment advisory, and residency planning under one umbrella. So what sets us apart is that I think our ability to think holistically, bringing legal, financial, and lifestyle considerations to create seamless, actionable pathways for our clients, and their global ambitions. So this is from my side, Tara. Thank you so much for asking that.
Thank you so much. It was beautifully explained, and I hope the questions are already answered, and people who are having doubts, they will be getting it. For Shri, as someone who works closely with both real estate investors and migration clients, why should individual investors choose Latvia? And in today's climate, why is still a smart move for personal wealth planning or long-term security?
Like I first said, like also Mishan elaborated that why Latvia is obviously because of the reason of the time frame it takes, the ease of the paperwork, the process, and the kind of convenience that it brings, and the cost that it is. But more importantly, why Latvia is because if you're somebody who is a businessman, an entrepreneur, an aspiring businessman who is looking for a access of or ease of doing business in Europe, ease of travel in Europe. Okay, it is very important that we need to have access, or with the current situations, getting visas to Europe has been very like time oriented kind of a work. It's getting difficult by the day. There are not appointments that you get. Now imagine if you were somebody who had an access to Europe, you could just get on a next flight and have your work attended or your holidays planned. So it gives you definitely an ease of travel and ease of doing business in the European Union. And to answer your rest of the question is, again, with the current situations, okay, I personally feel with the geopolitical tensions, or could that be with your political situations in your respective countries, it's been very unpredictable for anybody to not have a plan B. I think everybody who can afford it should have a plan B as of today with the current situations. And that will allow your and your family's safety, security, their better education, better prospects, and obviously all this at a very reasonable cost makes it a win-win for all of us.
Nice. I have, you are clearly answered both of the questions, which is very helpful. I'll ask for the Misam, as you have been in the conversation with the Indian clients on the first, because their point of reach are yours, because you are operational manager from TLG Global in India. What's the most common motivation you are hearing from individuals when they choose Latvia specifically? And how do we as a team customize our process to meet that kind of personal expectations or goals of the client?
Yeah, Tara, thank you so much for that question. Um, Before talking, coming to your question, I want to explain the program a little more, in because in my last thing I was more focusing on what is the benefit of Latvia, but here I will try to focus on the program itself, like what is the program all about. So I was mentioning that Latvia program history. So it has got a history, and then at the same time now focusing on what is the current scenario for Latvia program. So Latvia is having residency by investment. So it's a residence program. So this is giving you a straight away residence of 5 years, okay, by investing in the country. Okay, so there are few options available which Latvia has. There are some categories, there are some options available. So option number one is by investing in real estate, which I just mentioned before, when you have asked me the question before. So that is for the ticket price of 250,000 euros. And option number two is by investment in the government bond and government deposit. And the minimum investment is again 250,000 euros plus the donation to the government. That, if I'm not wrong, is around 30,000 euros. And the third option, which we as a TLG Global is mainly focusing on, that is investment in a business. Okay, so we as a TLG Global, we have started a company in Latvia. It's called L Hotel Latvia. Okay, and we are already fulfilling the criteria which government has set to run this particular program. So the criteria are we should have 50 plus employees and should have an annual turnover of 10 million euros and a tax compliance of 100,000 euro. And the mother company is TLG Global. So we are already fulfilling all the criteria. We have set up a company in Latvia. We have currently around 60 plus employees working with us in Latvia. Okay, and we are fulfilling sorry, so we are fulfilling all the criterias. And talking about the terms of the program, the investment, as I said, is 100,000 euros, which will give a 5 years residence in Latvia. Okay, the residence is valid for 5 years, and you get a residence card which will be valid for 1 year, which you have to renew it every year. So there are two options to renew the card. I mean, you have to physically visit Latvia to renew the card, and there's no physical stay requirement. Unlike other programs which talk about physical stay requirement, but for Latvia, there's no physical stay requirement. It's just, you visit 1 day a year and get your card renewed and come back to your home country if at all you wish to, just enjoy the leisure of visiting the country whenever you want. So there's no physical stay requirement of certain days. So even if you are okay by not visiting the country, so you can maintain your residency card by physically visiting just for a day and get your card renewed. You can include your spouse and children below 18 years is something which is very interesting for. So it's not just one application. You can include your family with that. Okay, there is a route to permanent residency and also to the passport or the citizenship. So you have to maintain your residency of 10 years for 10 years, and then you can apply for the passport. And this particular program is giving you 100% buyback, and that is very interesting for a program, because this is not just you're not buying a residency, you're investing, and this, whenever you plan to exit from the program, then you can anytime exit the program, which will give you 100% buyback. And then there's a donation of 10,000 euros, which is also as compared to other options, which is for real estate or the government bond and deposit. The donations are much higher, but here donation is just 10,000 euros, and this is just one-time payment. And you make that payment, and you are good to go. And talking about the security of the program, because that is something which is always been not talked about, or maybe kind of people generally ask what is the security, and to make this program as secure as possible, we have brought a collateral for this project, which is one of the project in Lisbon, and the value of that project is 23 million, and that particular project is the collateral for this particular program. So basically, our target size is 10 million euro, which can onboard 100 investors, and the investors are investing in our company, and they are becoming the shareholder. And to make their investment secure, we have a collateral for this project. So if there is any kind of default, which generally is something to make to give the security to the investors, there is always a collateral project to as a backup to give that money to the investors. Our focus will be on hospitality. We will be focusing on smart hotels, because our prime business is hotels. So we are attached to Wyndham hotels and resort, and we are focusing on hospitality sectors. So we are going to build smart hotels, hotel technology. We are going to come up with hospitality school. So this will be our focus. Talking about the process, it's very simple, like any other visa. Initially we will need proof of address and the passport, and from there we will do our KYC, and after that you have to submit all your documents. For minors, it is birth certificate to bring in your children, and for people who are already married, their marriage certificate, and all those documents are required. So yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. And the moment you are good to go with you physically visit Latvia and submit your application, it's just matter of 3 to 4 weeks, and you get your first residency card. So this is something which is very creating a benchmark. Coming to the question about what Indian investor often compare multiple EU options. As I told you, there are multiple EU options available, whether it's Portugal, or there's Greece, or there's Malta, but every program has their benefits and the drawbacks. But for Latvia, I think it's only benefits, and I cannot count any drawbacks till now. So yeah, I mean that is something which the Indian investors look for, the benefits, and in my experience, the one area where Latvia offers better value, so it's about getting the buyback. So that option is something which is adding a value to the program. Okay, I understand. Yeah, people are ready to invest, and it's not a investment program, to be very precise. It's called residency by investment. So you cannot compare it with any investment program which is available in India, maybe whether it's a fixed deposit or maybe in real estate, which is not offering you a residency. But in this, you are getting a residency. So basically, you don't expect a lot of returns from the return in a way, like monetary returns. But this particular program offer, the value is you are getting you're getting a residence of another country, and that is the ROI for any residency program. So for our viewers who are connected to us, this is my message to them, whether it's Indian investors or from any other country. So your ROI is the residence what you are getting from the country. Yeah, so I hope I've answered the question. Thank you so much, Tara, for that.
Thank you so much. You only not have answered the question. You have explained the Latvia product actually in very deep understanding, and that is very helpful for the new joiners also, so they can get their relatively questions for the answers and also the understanding of the product. I hope everybody has answers their primary questions and aligning with our goals. But we do have a few questions more. If you are okay with, would like to continue with Shri. Shri, are you okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So as you work your company and you street and scare and you work personally and closely with the HNI clients also, what usually drives their final decisions? Is it speed, pricing, or future security for family?
Actually, it's blend of all three. I think that would be rightly said is because when a client in particular looks for an immigration option or chooses a country or chooses a program, it is typically on the grounds of all three things. That is, how much time is it going to take, how much is it going to cost, and also the safety and the security of the program. So yes, it's a blend of all three together. And like Mishan also elaborated about the program, I think Latvia does assist a client in all these three aspects, and that is the only reason why I personally had explained it before, that the reason why Latvia program was one of the chosen ones by most of the clients that we are also currently associated with or talking to for the European programs. Out of obviously, when we talk to clients, we don't specifically talk Latvia, we talk the European programs. And when we put forward the buffet of the information, the client is smart enough to understand what is checking all the boxes, and that's what he's been picking up and inquiring more about it. And I think that's it.
Right, true. So not only the Indians, just to answer that, because we are mentioning a lot of Indians, because we all are from India. Either me and Bandi are in Portugal. But this program, I guess, it's all for wherever they are from, South Africa, or maybe they are from Dubai, South Asian countries, because the speed of the project and also the pricing and security, it is giving very powerful impact for this residency by investment program.
Definitely.
So same, I would like to continue first with the Bandy, because Misam has already explained a lot of things. I would like to give him a little break. I will come back to you. As a investor relations, Bandy, according to you, who are the new concept of the residency by investments in the market, and what would you say is the first mindset shift they need to make before diving in?
Yes, sir. I think that's a very good question, and I would just like to add on to what Shri was saying earlier, that that everybody needs to have a plan B ready. But what I think is that the first and the most important mindset, shift for new investors is understanding that residency or citizenship by investment is not just a backup plan or a plan B, but it's a strategic asset or a strategic move that they have to make if they want a better lifestyle. So what we have done is at TLG Global, we encourage our clients, to move beyond the traditional view of plan B and start seeing global mobility as a powerful tool for wealth preservation, be it family security, lifestyle flexibility, or future planning, just to get better education for their children or better health care for themselves. So a lot of things, or simply if you want to say to have, mobility, global mobility. So it's not simply about, acquiring a passport or a residency, but it's about unlocking options, or as I mentioned earlier. And we also guide our clients to think long term, not only short term, but very long term, as to residency by investment is not a quick fix or just a financial transaction, that I transfer the funds and I get the residency. But it's more about aligning their personal and financial goals with a stable, secure, and globally connected future for themselves as well as their families. That means choosing the right jurisdiction, understanding the compliance and legal responsibilities of that country, ensuring the investment ensuring that the investment itself is sound and not just in terms of returns, but in its alignment with the values and vision. So at TLG Global, we provide more than just guidance. We become more of a strategic partner in navigating this journey with clarity, confidence, and care. And I can say this very confidently because being into this profile of investor relations, we have done this right from our very first investor, that we had for global. Of a Portuguese residency and citizenship program back in 2021 till today. We do personalized calls with them. We get queries from them every day, because in Portugal, everybody knows that there are a lot of changes in the law that is happening, a lot of new rules and regulations. So every day we are bombarded with queries from our current investors. So what is happening? What is the change in the law? How is it going to impact us? And I have seen that it's not only me, but me along with our legal team, our board of directors, our entire team, we very patiently reply and address to all these queries, be it on emails, be it on WhatsApp, or be it personal calls. So that's what I think, that, that it's not just, okay, investment aa gaya, done, we got your money, now bye. No, that's not about that. We are with our investors right till the end, right till the time that they want us to be with them. We are there. So I think, being said, as I was saying, that global mobility and residency, obviously it's a plan B for sure. But I think that plan B, or that move that I took personally, or Tara, probably that I think has really helped us, even for my daughter's future, for me, for everyone. And I think if everybody starts looking at this from that point of view, I think this is the kind of mindset that needs to be, mindset shift that we need today with our, with everybody for that matter. So that's from my side, Tara. Thank you.
I agree. Truly, I agree with you, because we are taking this as a personally. We are living in Portugal and taking like experiencing the rule changes also. And TLG is not only in like helping the investors also, plus their employees from beginning to till the end, with the step by step, and it they handle it very beautifully. Like it's a family company, and yes, we do is a one-stop solution for the investors also. So let's move to Mesa. Um, Beyond just getting residency, what lifestyle or business opportunities are in for the investors actually taking advantage of once they can enter the Latvia? If somebody wants to live there or relocate there, what are the business opportunities or lifestyle or the benefits they can consider?
So, um, Yeah, thank you, Sarah. I'm sorry, I forgot to okay, you can hear me, right? Yeah.
Here.
So when we talk about benefits, what Latvia is offering. So as mentioned before, and the benefits are you have the right to live, you have the right to work, and you have the right to study, you have the right to set up your own business, and business options are multiple, so it depends on your skills, like what are you good at. So whatever you're good at, you can start that business. So but to be more specific, or to be more precise, I can say that Latvia is more into logistic business, and it is more into the IT business also, as per my study. I don't know, maybe our other guests will might add to that. But as per my study, they're good in logistic. It's a good business for logistic people who are into logistic or want to set up a logistic business. It's good in that. And yeah, to talk about other benefits, where what you get other than live or do a business, you get the access to the complete 29 countries, Schengen countries, and that is, I think, the biggest benefit. Uh, Bandy was just mentioning about mobility, and I think here it is solving there's a solution to that. You are getting a mobility of complete 29 countries, and you're free to travel from one country to another country, and that is a big benefit you get. And it's a visa free access. You don't have to wait in those big lines of visa queues, or maybe wait till your visa arrive, which is taking for India more than 3 months also in some cases, in some countries. And that is the biggest benefit what anyone can achieve. And yeah, I mean, that's all from my side. Like, I can say that the benefits, leaving aside of live there, work there, or study there, or the medical benefits what you get from the country, the biggest benefit for me, and if I am the investor, I can say, like, the mobility is one of the biggest benefit which I can look for. Yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
I truly agree with you, Mirsam. You have answers beautifully. I would like to ask one more question from Shri. Can you share a real world example where a client chose Latvia over a flasher option and why it turned out to be the right call for them? Or any experience you have in the real life example with your clients when they choose over the another country?
Sure. Let's take the current case that we just closed with you guys. So yes, the client was somebody who was looking for a European option, and we were like, the client was considering Portugal as his first option, and obviously the second option that they were considering was Greece. Now, with the current with the Greece, obviously, with to compare it with Latvia, the price was obviously higher. Also, the processing time through the process and the documentation was a little different. Although the option in Greece was a real estate investment, while in the option in Latvia was becoming a shareholder in a company while investing way lesser than the Greece. Also, when they were comparing it with Portugal, the biggest killer for Portugal in all the aspects was the price and the time. So by investing more than 500,000 plus waiting for more than 18 months to get your process done, to get a TRC done, obviously the client would really look something which is immediate, because when somebody picks up an option of considering to migrate, they first look at this option as how soon can they migrate. Now, when that question comes in their mind, if I tell you something that I can get you a permanent residency or a TRC to an XYZ country, and that is going to take you another 18 or 24 months, people, that just pulls that back. The whole conversation goes back. But if I tell you the same thing, that I can give you this kind of a residency in less than a month's time, yes, then now we are talking with the clients. That's exactly what happened with my personal experience by selecting Latvia over any other program in the Europe. Thank you.
Truly, this is happening actually. I would like to add something, Miss if you answer the same question, but for you, it is like, do you have experience from TLC Global where people were considering like Portugal and they had also shifted to the Latvia? Like we have Latvia gave them the more better values and clarity compared to other programs.
Um, yeah, I kind of thought of avoiding, but I think I will answer this. Okay. The biggest benefit is again time. Time is something which Shri has just mentioned. So processing time is something which is a lot for Portugal, because the waiting time for now is, I don't know, they are saying like 1.5 year, 2 years. So this is something which is getting on everyone's nerves, like with so much of waiting after investment. And Latvia is something which is solving that issue, and solving that problem, that once you invest and the next month, or at the max like 2 months, you have the car. You don't have to wait after you invest a big amount. Though it's, we say like 100,000 euro, it's something which is a big amount, whether it's 100,000 or 500,000. If you are investing 500,000 euro, the result should be like quick. But here for Latvia, investment is 100,000, and the waiting period is also comparatively very, very, very less, and you are getting results the next month. And I think, yeah, that is something which is very, very different, if you compare to with any other program.
I truly agree with you. Why I joined the questions, because it was from the other point of view, from our partners client and also our own clients, because we do have a Portugal Golden Visa, like the Platinum Fund, but every program has their own pros and cons and their time and then investment and affordability, and there are different rules for the Latvia and there are different rules for the Portugal. We are not it always depend on the investor to investor, what their requirement and what their idea of the global mobility and their required to stay in the lifestyle they want. So yes, thank you so much for answering beautifully. I would just like to go with the last question with the Mukta. TLG often works with the families and multi-generational investors. How do you ensure that their long-term goals are not just the paperwork or addressed through the process, as you mentioned in the last answer also, but do we give them the other investment options after the residency also, like who are already has invested with us as a residency in another program? Can they invest in our current program without even the residency, just for the investment purpose?
Exactly, yes, Tara. So, as I was mentioning earlier, and I think Nisam and Shri have also emphasized on the same thing, like how to understand the requirement of the client, and then accordingly, giving them solutions. So, be it families or be it multi-generational investors, as you have mentioned, we believe that the true value just doesn't lie in securing residency or citizenship, but in building legacy. Today, everybody wants to, or aspires to build a legacy for their family, for their children, for their grandchildren. So, when working with families and multi-generational investors, our approach is rooted deep in listening and, long-term thinking. It's never just about completing the paperwork. It's about understanding the unique aspirations of each generation and aligning those with the future, prove global strategy. So if you agree, Tara, whenever we have calls or meetings with our investors, we always start by conducting in-depth consultations to map out not only the immediate goals, for example, mobility, education, or asset protection, but also the broader vision as to where do they see their family maybe 5 or 10 or 20 years from now. What are the values they want to preserve? What global opportunities do they want for their children and grandchildren to access? So it's definitely not only about documents, when it comes to us, it's more about designing peace of mind for generations to come. And if you can just repeat your second question, Tara.
Yes, I was like questioning to you. There is a investment, like if they are already invested with
Yes,
us from our
yes,
previous residency programs, they are
yes.
already considering the another country. Can they invest in our other programs also?
Yes, definitely. So we have a lot of current investors who have not only invested in one, for example, golden visa or real estate, and then just stop, but they are more keen to know, okay, what are your next projects? Where how can we invest further with you? So even though they have already invested, for example, 280K when it was for the real estate option, they are still keen to know more about the other real estate options that we have. Or for example, in the fund, the Portuguese fund that we have, the category B is open for all. It is not only for golden visa investors, but anybody, our current investors or new investors who are not only looking for residency but a good ROI, they can also invest with us. So similarly, if somebody is investing in Latvia, definitely they are also open to invest with us, be it Portugal or Latvia. So we are always, as I was mentioning, that we are not just trying to create new businesses for ourselves, but we are more into creating solutions for our clients, be it existing clients or new clients. So we always try to study or to know more about what is the concern, how, and if that is the concern, then how can we provide the solution to them. So this is what our ideology is, and this is what we have been doing, and I'm sure this is what we will continue to be doing. So, so that's from my side, Tara.
Thank you so much, Bandy. It's a beautiful explanation. And I think we have covered all of the primary concepts and also the additional questions. Thank you so much, everyone, Banda Mukta, Misam, and Shri, for sharing such a grounded and practical insights where we have the real examples also. Whether it's a building clarity around the Latvia program or understanding the mindset of the Indian clients, seeing the power of real partnership and action, today's session was all about. So how alignment create results. Special to our attendees, if you are already a partner or you are an investor, you are looking to invest or you are just exploring, if you want to reach out to us or the TLG Global and the Streets and Scare, it's just a beginning. Our teams are here to support you, our journey every step of the way. Arunima, can you share the screen so people can see how they can reach out to us?
Just to add on, Tara, I would request Shri to share his, closing remarks or anything that you want to say to our viewers as to how they can get in touch with you or anything from your side. We would really love to hear that.
And I would just like to say thank you for giving us this opportunity and for me to come on this panel with you guys, all very experienced and well-spoken people. And I'm proud to be associated with you guys with TLG and
Yeah.
looking forward for doing great business. And one thing I would seriously add to this conversation is about a few years back, I used to think that immigration was something that people need or not need, or maybe it's only for rich people. But with the way things have been around the world and with the times changing, I think it's sooner or later going to be a necessity to have a substitute. So if you have a place to go or a plan B in your life for your family, and I think everybody needs to and deserves to have this opportunities well explored with, obviously, with TLG and with us, and looking forward for this kind of association. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you so much. And we are similarly, we are really proud to have a partner like you, Shri. And we also look forward to having a long, partnership and collaborations. Long way to go.
Looking forward.
Thank you. Yes, Tara. Over to you.
Thank you so much. As you can also see on our screens, we have our reach out phone number, website, email, and also the WhatsApp number. Book a meeting, a call. You want to contact to the TLG Global and also the Shri from Streets and Scare. we are here to help you out from beginning to the end, wherever you need our help. Thank you for joining us today, and we look forward to have great investors and welcoming you to become our part of the family. And also, I would like to mention one last thing. We had a podcast with Rahim Lakhani, their part one of his life, and the second part is about the how TLG Global is how become the TLG to the TLG Global, their visions and which sectors we are in. So we had a part one and part two. The part one is releasing this Sunday on our YouTube channel. Already, some of the highlights are on our social media. You can watch and reach out to us. Thank you so much. Thank you, Shri. Thank you, Bandy. Thank you, Misam. Thank you, Arunima, and all attendees. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
The Lakhani Group Global, crafting the future of hospitality in venture capital.